Chrissy Swan Show.
Let's go clicking.
Chrissy's Clickbait.
I did mention at the beginning of the show that one of the highlights that I heard yesterday was of the SNL Saturday Night Live celebration, 50-year celebration, was Post Malone singing Nirvana. Here it is.
Wait, that's Post Malone?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's so good.
That's incredible. See, why don't we play that instead of Len Steal My Sunshine?
Oh, you are so shady. I would love to see Post Malone as the new lead singer of Nirvana in the same way that, like, John Stevens became the lead singer for In Excess when Michael Hutchence passed away.
I mean, weirder things have happened.
That would be so amazing. Let's move on to I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. It's finished. We have a winner. It is Sam Thaiday, but viewers were very suspicious and concerned when his big winning moment was on the box, but all around him there was confetti already. Then the plot thickened even further with both Julia Morris and Sam Thaiday and the other finalists arriving back in Sydney before the finale went to air. So what they've done is what they do on MasterChef, actually.
And Dancing with the Stars.
Everyone does this. I mean, it is a TV secret. They film the winning moment for everyone, and you have to act. And, like, I remember filming, I was there for the filming of the Celebrity MasterChef.
Yes.
And there was like 3 finalists, I can't remember who. But you have to pretend, and I get all funny when I'm pretending. So I'm like, wow.
Yeah, like overacting.
Yeah, over the top, and you can see that there's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, we just watched it back, and knowing that it's being done 3 times is quite awkward to view.
And then Sam Thaday's kids come in and it's just so bizarre.
I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. That finale usually is live, though.
The whole thing is usually live, but I think there's been some cost-cutting measures.
I mean,
you know, well, who isn't?
We should just be glad that Channel 10's still on air.
Excuse me, speaking of cost-cutting,
Mm.
am I allowed to break the news that the Reserve Bank has finally dropped the cash rate? 4 years! 4 years it's been going up or staying up.
That is exciting.
It's not for you.
No.
Not for you, but it is exciting for anyone that's got a mortgage that has just gone absolutely out of control.
I was acting like Julia and Robert there.
It's down.
Michelle Stevenson at 3 o'clock will have all of that info for you in our news.
I'm sorry for you know.
No, Mish won't mind. Yeah. She'll just deliver it in a more serious version and voice than we just did.
Let's talk about Saoirse Ronan.
What do we know her from?
Oh, gosh, she was in that Grand Budapest Hotel.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. She's been in so much stuff. She's the one that was on that night show and made the, the
Do you want to just not nod at us and maybe buzz in with what you know?
Graham Norton.
The Graham Norton show.
Thank you.
Yeah, she was being interviewed and they were going, ha, 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 who's scared at night walking alone? She's like, well, every woman has to feel that way because that's the way it is. And then everyone was very, very quiet. That's probably where you remember her from most recently. But guess what she's a fan of?
What, Swanee?
Married at First Sight Australia.
Married at First Sight Australia. They are so hectic. Like, they take it somewhere else.
Do you watch it and see if they stay together?
None of them do. Except for one couple that were actually matched with different people. And then they started secretly texting.
Oh, wow.
Behind their partners' backs. It's very Australian, very hectic. If I met someone from Married at First Sight, I would die.
Isn't that funny?
Wow. If we ever get to interview her, we should bring in Martha.
Absolutely.
And have them meet.
And Cyrell.
Ew. That bogan.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
Let's do this.
Chrissy's Clickbait.
You've introduced me to a song that I love by Doechii.
Yeah.
Remember last week? So I love that I have friends from all decades and all, what are they called, like generations?
Yes.
because then I know everything about everything. You know what I mean? Like I used to.
Yeah.
So Doechii, never heard of her. And then you were like, oh my God, you're going to love it. And I do. She's got a song called
Denial is a River.
Denial is a River. And it's catchy as hell.
It's about essentially finding out that the guy she was seeing was gay
Yeah.
and sort of cheating on her with another dude.
And there are some very rude lyrics in it, which I like. I like it a lot. And I didn't know that there was a radio edit because we're not playing it here, but they are playing it overseas.
Yeah.
But you know how they clean things up, like even Messi,
Yes.
that we love. That's got a lot of F's in it.
It does.
And then there's a thing called a radio edit where they go back into the studio and make it nice, okay?
Which Lola Young did a great job at.
She did, but it's never as good as the
Never
real one.
slaps the same.
So there is a line in this Doechii song, and, you know, a lot of kids would have heard the rude version. Have a listen to how it sounds when it's cleaned up.
I mean, I like getting money. I like strippers. I like day drinking and day parties in Hollywood. I like doing Hollywood. What can I say? The works, it feels good, and my self-worth at an all-time low. And just when it couldn't get worse, my ex crashed my place and destroyed all.
Okay, now I'm just enjoying it.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
Made a oopsie.
See,
Okay.
it's such a great song.
It's like if you hear that and enjoy that, wait till you hear the real explicit
Wait
version,
till you,
though.
oh my God, it's like, you know, a shopping list of what you like to do on the weekends. Anyway, she sat down for an interview with Capital FM in the UK, and she was played that for the first time. She'd never even heard it.
This is actually the first time that I'm hearing the radio edit. I haven't heard it. So that's actually crazy. I need to go back in the studio and work on a proper clean version.
But how do you?
So, it's so interesting that she hadn't already done that. For example, Lola Young, obviously when she recorded Messi, smashed out a clean version there and then as well, hoping that it would get radio play.
Yeah.
I just think Doechii thought, this is never going to get played on radio. I'm never going to become so mainstream. I don't need to do it. But it's like, no, babe, you do.
Oh,
that
yeah.
song is a hit.
But how do you clean up the content of that particular
I know.
verse?
She's going to have to search for some...
I like to cook. I like baking. Do you know what I mean?
I like crocheting, going to bowls.
I like sleeping, watching Netflix. Very, very interesting. Look up that song if you can. Now, last night, I just feel like, you know, for a long time, nothing is released on the streamers, and then all of a sudden, everything is released, and I want to watch it all, and I'm feeling anxiety because I still haven't got through Apple Cider Vinegar, and there is a new player playing for my affections. The White Lotus was dropped last night. I have watched the first two, and I loved them.
Season 1 and Season 2.
You have already seen the first ep.
Season 3, Ep 1. I love it, Swanee. I love all the characters. The first 2 or 3 eps of each White Lotus season is sort of setting up the story. So not heaps happens, but you just get to learn and fall in love with the characters. And I did exactly that last night.
It's interesting you say fall in love, because if I was to try and summarise it for somebody that had never seen it, I would say, look, every White Lotus has something in common, and that is that they are detestable people and you can't help but care.
No wonder I relate to them so
I know,
much.
absolutely. But people are mad because there is a new theme song. That one that we just enjoyed isn't there.
No, and everyone's angry about it. Let me play you the new theme song. Keep in mind we're in Thailand this season.
Okay. The vibe is the same. I like it.
Love it. Just, it does start to warm up a bit. Let me give it a second. It's fantastic.
I think it's fantastic. Do you remember when the other two were released, it became like the best dance floor filler?
Yeah.
People loved it. I wonder if they put a bit of a Avicii beat behind that, if it would do the same.
I think it would. I think people need to remember as well, Swanee, this is just Ep 1. Once we get to Ep 3, we will sort of associate this theme with the show and everyone will love it.
People are so quick to just hate.
I grabbed my favourite moment to play you from last night.
Great.
There's this really hilarious English girl there with her boyfriend, and she's a bit ditzy. And you know when you fill up your glass of wine?
Yeah.
Before you get a full glass, they give you a little bit to taste.
Yes.
And this is what happened.
Ooh, I don't mean to complain, but that's not very much.
She wants you to taste it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's so
Can I
great.
have a full glass just to see if I'm really going to like it?
See, this is the end of the theme.
I think it's fabulous.
It's so good.
Oh my God. Ooh, ooh.
Ricky Lee, Tim, and Joel are up next. Have a beautiful Tuesday evening. We'll see you tomorrow.
See ya.
Now check this out.
The Chrissy Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.